why I am telling all these things? Comparatively, you are thinking that parenting is very difficult. It is very difficult, very, very difficult. But compared to other countries, in India, we are still at a better. Of course, those values are very fast receding because of the media. We are becoming westernized. But as long as still we have got some values, Indian values in our families, as long as they are there, Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, these values are there. Till that time, still something is surviving. And if we are not careful, much before we expect, we will be wiped out. So I have come here to give a red light signal to you. Better let us take this precaution. Otherwise it will be too late. On an emergency scale, we have to take up value education programs. Otherwise, both at the house level, at the school level, we are telling that if the value education does not come, if the Indian family values do not come back, are not practiced, we are going to be facing the same problems that are being faced by the parents in America or Western countries. In Bengali, there is a proverb, केउ देखे शिखे, केउ ठेके शिखे, केउ ठेके ना शिखे. Some people learn by others' experience. Some people learn by their own experience. नहीं वहाँ गड्ढा है, भाई वहाँ गड्ढा है, हमको नहीं जाना है. दूसरों को देख करके सीखते हैं. बट सम पीपल से अच्छा थोड़ा गिर के देखें तो गड्ढे में कैसा लगता है, तो गिरते हैं. गिरने भाई अब नहीं जाएंगे, ठोकर खा लिया, अब उस रास्ते से नहीं जाना है. और कितने लोग इतने इंटेलिजेंट होते हैं, बार बार ठोकर खाते हैं, बार बार उसी रास्ते से जाते हैं. Let us now analyze what type of people we are. First, second और third category. यंगस्टर्स तो बोलते हैं हमको सेकंड कैटेगरी, हमको फर्स्ट कैटेगरी नहीं चाहिए, हम तो गिरना ही चाहते हैं. प्रेम रूपी कुएं में गिर करके फिर उसके बाद में आपको बताएंगे कितना लगता है. फिर बाद में सुसाइड का आइडिया लेकर के फिर काउंसलिंग ले आएंगे. पर अभी तो हमको गिरने दो. वी वांट टू एक्सपेरिमेंट इन हाउ टू फॉल डाउन. तो एनीवे, दिस चॉइस इज अवर्स. Western countries, parents are suffering like this. Do we want the same position in India? If not, and on an emergency basis, we have to start practicing Indian spiritual, cultural values in our homes. Otherwise, it will be too late. I am giving you a warning. It will be too late if we do not do it on an emergency scale. Of course, there is more problem. There are so many other problems. I will not go for that. Commercialization of education is also one reason because of which the schools and colleges are not able to give value education, importance of value education. They leave it to the parents, and the parents themselves are so busy that they also, and they themselves are prey. 12th class science में एक लड़का था. One boy was in 12th science. So parents are telling, hey, 12th science, your whole future is there. 12th science means पाकिस्तान से युद्ध हो रहा है एकदम. Whole house is in tension. Not only the boy. Parents are more under tension than the boy. And they are telling, no, you should not watch TV, this and that. Then he says, oh, तुम लोग watch करते हो, मैं क्यों नहीं watch करूँगा? तो फिर, then the father told, you see, you are watching this TV, सास बहू, ये सब सीरियल देखती रहती हो, उसकी बहुत खराब इफेक्ट होती है, तो तुम उसको बंद करो. तो उसने कहा ठीक है, मैं बंद करूँगी, तुम तुम्हारा क्रिकेट मैच वगैरह सब बंद करो. फिर दोनों ने डिसाइड किया कि चलो भाई वो टीवी को बांध करके ऊपर रख दो. बट दैट इज़ वेरी रेयर. नॉर्मली everything goes on and we go on blaming the children, but we ourselves are prey to the media. How can we protect our children from the media? So these are all various problems. But one thing is there, that if we really want to provide values to our children, we will have to practice them ourselves. This is most important. Because values are never taught, values are always caught. I remember a story, a joke. One person was going in the train along with his child. Now the railway station came. Papa, ice cream le do. अरे अभी अभी खा के निकला घर से, आइसक्रीम चाहिए, नहीं ले दोगे तो बता दूंगा, तो उसको आइसक्रीम ले दिया। आफ्टर सम डे अनदर स्टेशन, भेलपुरी भेलपुरी भेलपुरी, पापा भेलपुरी ले दो, अभी आइसक्रीम खाए उसके बाद भेलपुरी खाते हैं, बता दूंगा, फिर से भेलपुरी ले दिया। अनदर स्टेशन, खिलौना है खिलौना, पापा पापा खिलौना, इतना खर्चा करा दिया, अभी खिलौना चाहिए, बता दूंगा, फिर खिलौना दे दिया। बाजू में एक बैठा था, क्या है तुम कैसे फादर हो, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ फादर यू आर? एक छोटा सा बच्चा तुमको एक्सप्लॉइट कर रहा है, एक लाइक ए टेररिस्ट, आतंकवादी के समान तुमको इस प्रकार से परेशान कर रहा है, और तुम सब उसका मान रहे हो। बोले गलती मेरी है, आधी टिकट लिया। टीटी को बोले, मैं टीटी को बता दूंगा मेरी एज क्या है। So this is what happens. Ultimately, if you follow the values, if you follow, sometimes they say honesty is a best good policy. Honesty is the best policy. No, honesty is the only policy. If you really want to have profit in the long term, ultimately dishonesty does not pay. That father discovered, ये honesty किया रहता तो इतना खर्चा नहीं होता, हाफ टिकट ही जाता, एंड आई वुड हैव, पूरी जर्नी भी तो शांति रहती। ये तो पूरी जर्नी में उसको टेंशन होता है, कहीं बोल देगा तो एज पकड़ा जाऊंगा, तो होल जर्नी टेंशन में चली गई। Always remember, if you follow the values, the first thing that comes to you is that you are having peace of mind. That is the first thing that comes. Those who follow values, they are having peace of mind, which is very much urgently required. So, we will come to that thing afterwards. But most of the people, all the great people, they are born, they owe their greatness to their parents. Whether it is Jijabai, Shivaji, whether it is Swami Vivekananda, whether it is Mahatma Gandhi, who was given 3 teachings before going to abroad. She took 3 promises, and as you know, that's how he could practice those values. So any great person in the history, if you see, the credit goes to the parents. Now that we are observing 150th birth anniversary of Swami Vivekananda, just imagine, when the people die, their last obituary note is the last news item, isn't it? For most of the people. But Swami Vivekananda gave up his body on 4 July 1902. He was very popular. On 11th September 1893, he gave his historic speech, and all the newspapers were flooded with that news item. From that day he became popular. He was quite popular on 11th September 1893. He was much more popular when he left his body on 4 July 1902. And when his centenary celebrations were going on, one of the greatest historians of our times, A.L. Basham, said about him, it is very difficult to evaluate the importance of Swami Vivekananda in the scale of history, because we are too near the history. Perhaps the future generations will be able to understand his greatness better. And after 150 years also we can tell the same thing. The centenary celebrations were grand, but 150th birthday celebration 10 times grander. And I am sure we will not be, may not be alive, excepting few young friends, but 200 celebration will be much more grander. We can assure that. Why? Because he is a global leader for global civilization for all times. He practiced values in his life. But how these values came? How he became great? Because of his parents. Once he asked his father when he was a child, "Father, what you have given me, what you have left for me, you are giving everything to other people." Because his father was very large-hearted. He would give so many things to so many people. "What you have kept for me? What you have given me? What share you are giving me?" The young Narendra asked, late future Swami Vivekananda, the young Narendra, when he was in schoolboy, he asked his father. Father said, "Go, look into the mirror and you will find out what I have given you." That is a wonderful body with a great psychic control. That's personality of Swami Vivekananda. That was the granting by the father. And values were given by mother. So Swami Vivekananda says about his mother in America, when he was talking to women, then he was talking on women of India. There he told, in India, the women are primarily mothers. They think their culmination is in motherhood. And then he told about his own experience. For the first time, he shared his own personal experience. Though he was a monk, though he had left his parents, but yet he had that reverence for the parents. He says, Swamiji says about his mother, Bhuvaneshwari Devi, always suffering, always loving. The love which my mother gave to me has made me what I am, and I owe a debt to her that I can never repay. I know that before I was born, my mother would fast and pray and do hundreds of things which I could not even do for 5 minutes. She did that for 2 years. I believe that whatever religious culture I have, I owe to that. It was consciously that my mother brought me into the world to be what I am. Whatever little good impulse I have was given to me by my mother, and consciously, not unconsciously. It is the mother who imparts those spiritual values, cultural values into the children. And then Swamiji says about the role of a mother. From motherhood comes tremendous responsibility. There is the basis. Start from that. Well, why is mother to be worshipped so much? Because our books teach us that it is the prenatal influence that gives the impetus to the child for good or evil. This is our Indian concept. One mother took her child to Socrates and asked her, at what age should I start educating my child? And Socrates asked, what is the age of this child? She said, it is 5 years. Socrates said, you have come 5 years late because the education starts from day one. But that is Western concept. Indian concept is education starts from -6 months. When the child is in the womb, and that is why Gujarat government has started Children University. The children have to be given training when they are not yet born. And so there is Tapovan that has been created for pregnant mothers where they will be staying in that pure atmosphere. Because most of the values or many values, ingrained values in the psyche comes when a child is in the womb. The type of programs that a pregnant mother watches, the type of thoughts that a pregnant mother has got, all these have got great effect on the children who are in the womb. So Swami Vivekananda says, because our books teach us that it is the prenatal influence that gives the impetus to the child for good or evil. Go to 100,000 colleges, read 1,000,000 books, associate with all the learned men of the world, better off you are when born with the right stamp. So if you are born with the right stamp, even one book will give you values. If you are not born with the right stamp, when your mother was pregnant, no amount of books can give you that knowledge. Thus say our books, direct the prenatal influence. Why should mother be worshipped? Because she made herself pure. She underwent harsh penances, sometimes to keep herself as pure as purity can be. My father and mother fasted and prayed for years and years so that I would be born. They pray for every child before it is born. Says our great lawgiver Manu, giving the definition of an Aryan. He is the Aryan who is born through prayer. A child who is born without prayer will be always a curse to the society, will be criminal to the society. She was a saint to bring me into the world. She kept her body pure, her food pure, her clothes pure, her imagination pure for years because I would be born. Because she did that, she deserves worship. So that is why we start with Matrudevo Bhava, not Pitrudevo Bhava. First is Matrudevo Bhava. It is the mother who carries the womb who carries the child in the womb. Then Pitru Devo Bhava. Then Acharya Devo Bhava. And then Atithi Devo Bhava. And then all other gods. So, Matru Deva, why? Because it is the mother preeminently responsible. So this is our Indian spiritual culture. Family values are fast degrading. Even now, today, there are some family values, but very fast they are disappearing. And the Western influence is coming. Swami Vivekananda said, what we want is Western science coupled with Vedanta. He was not a closed mind. He said, yes, we want the best of the East and West. But best of West we must take, not the worst of West. He said, we should not have blind imitation of Western materialistic culture. We must take good values also from the Western society, but good values, not the bad values, not the values for which, bad values for which they are suffering and they are committing suicide and they are making psychic patients. Let us not import that materialistic, Western materialistic culture, import that one, and let our children also go to the same process of becoming psychic patients and also going towards suicide. So, we have to finish this first session very quickly, and then we will have a tea break. And then in the second session, we will have Arunima Sinha who will tell how she became great. Any great personality, always the credit goes to the parents. How she was grooming, how she was groomed by her parents. Always the secret of success of any great personality is because of the parents. So parenting is a very, very responsible thing, and that is why we are now talking about effective parenting. If parenting becomes effective, automatically the children will be great, and when the children are great, they will become enlightened citizens. When they are enlightened citizens, then the nation will become great. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam came on 12 January 2006 to inaugurate the Vivekananda Institute of Value Education Culture, Vivek. That was the Swamiji's birthday. There were 5,000 youths. So he first told how Swami Vivekananda inspired Jamshedji Tata to start Indian Institute of Science while they were traveling together in the same ship from Japan to Chicago. And then there was a question answer session. One boy stood up and said, sir, Operation Duryodhan, Operation Chakravyuh and other operations have revealed the tip of the iceberg, that is rampant corruption in the country today. As the President of India, how do you feel about it? And where do you think lies the solution? Then he got up and said, you see, the Parliament has already taken some action on the MPs. And then he took out a book of Swami Vivekananda and read out one passage from the book of Swami Vivekananda, in which he said, Swami Vivekananda says, no number of Parliament acts can make a nation good, can make a nation great. Then what can make a nation good and what can make a nation great? Again he read out from Swami Vivekananda's book, said, only a large number of good enlightened citizens, good people can make a nation good and can make a nation great. And then he said, and the government cannot produce good people and the government will not produce good people. That also he said. Then who can do it? Only 3 persons can do it. Who are the 3? Father, mother and the teacher. Nobody else can do it. Only father, mother and the teacher. The Prime Minister of India cannot do anything for national development. Mind you, howsoever he may be, whosoever he is, he may have any amount of charisma. He cannot do anything. Any best of the best Prime Minister also cannot do anything. Ministers cannot do it. IAS officers cannot do it. IAS officer cannot do it. Cannot make India great. Only 3 persons can make India great. Only 3 persons can fulfill the dream of Swami Vivekananda. Swami Vivekananda said, India will become so great that its past glory will fade into insignificance. It will become so great, not only economically, in all aspects. India shall conquer the whole world by its spiritual culture. If you have to fulfill this dream of Swami Vivekananda, in that case, India has to become great. India cannot become great by any number of ministers, IAS officers. Only 3 persons can make India great, can fulfill the dream of Swami Vivekananda. Dr. Kalam said, who are the 3? Father, mother, and the teacher. And really speaking, then one girl said, what I as a small child can contribute towards making India great and removing the corruption of the country? How can I remove corruption? Because the whole thing is now, basic problem is corruption. So, how can I remove corruption as a small child? What can be my contribution in removing corruption? Because I am not IAS officer. I am not IPS officer. I am not a minister. How can I remove corruption from my country? Dr. Kalam said, you can do it. You can do it. What? I don't have any power. You can do it. How? Do you love your parents? Yes. Parents love you? Yes. You tell your father. What is India? India is only nothing but so many families. In every family, the child tells his or her father, Papa, please don't do corruption. I don't want 2 mobile. Whatever little I have got, I am satisfied. I want simple living. But don't do corruption. Can you do that? If you can tell to your father, particularly it is father who does corruption, more or less. Mother is only taking the fruits of corruption. Preparing the list, what are the items we should ask for corruption from under the table. Basically, it is the father. So, he says, tell your father, please don't do it. Tell your mom, please don't do it. You are telling me, be truthful. Every day you are telling me, Satyam Vada, Dharmam Chara. So you follow it, I also want to follow. If you can tell your parents, you love your parents and the parents love you, so for the sake of your love, they will give up corruption. And if all the family members, they give up corruption, the corruption is removed from the country immediately, overnight. That is the only way corruption can be removed. That is what Dr. Salam said. So even small children can contribute. But ultimately, it is the family system. The family values contribute to the national values. So ultimately, we don't have to put on any sort of grumbling on XYZ. Let us start with our own family. Are we practicing values in our family? Then our children will become enlightened citizens. And when they become enlightened citizens, when they become good, the country will be good. So, the responsibility of the parents is not only giving the best possible education, but also value education. Swami Vivekananda said, education alone is the panacea of all our ills. But what type of education? He said, what we want is man-making education, character-building education. So, the parents have to understand the importance of value education. Now, I will come to that topic in the second session if there is time permit, how value education can be practiced or can be given in the families. Now, nurturing relationship. You are all parents. So, you are nurturing the children. Nurturing the children is like nurturing a plant. So, what are the things necessary? First of all, the soil must be good. If you put a plant here, it is not going to grow. You have to make the soil ready. That is number 1. So, that is what I told, that before the children are born, the mother particularly has to undergo some penance. Out of prayer, that land will be, where best land will come. Then you put the seedling, the plant will grow. But once you put the seedling, best possible seed, you give, best possible land also you have tilled. Even then, so many other things are required. The first thing that is required is fencing. If you do not have a fencing, the goats and cows will come and eat away the plant, isn't it? So that is why some guarding is necessary. That is why parents are called guardians. You have to guard your children. Particularly when they are children, you have to guard them. You have to guard their culture. You have to guard their character. You have to guard their interest. So a guarding is necessary. But how long? Till the plant has grown. When the plant has become a tree, if you put a guard, the tree will not grow because it requires fresh air and fresh sunlight. But you want to protect your children and hug like this and don't allow you to grow. That is why they are stifled. One girl told me, my mom loves me so much that I feel suffocated. That is not love, that is attachment. You want your attachment. My girl, I want to be with myself, so I will not allow her to go for higher education to any other city or anywhere. No, I want her to be with myself. How long you will keep that girl? Guarding is necessary to a certain extent, but then remove the guard. But of course, there has to be an indirect watch. Become their friends, but indirect watch. Watching is necessary. Of course, many parents have become intelligent. Now the children, they have, internet cheating, chatting, going together and then suffering. Now the parents, they also become Facebook friends under some pseudo name. And they are watching with whom this fellow is cheating, my son. So now the children also become wise. They have left now Facebook. Because ultimately they found out the parents are there, so they will find out with whom we are chatting. So they are going for WhatsApp and other things now. So anyway, so this struggle is going on. From parents want to have a watch, but they must have keep a watch. But from a distance, to become your friends, don't just be like a guard and always try to be suffocating them. They should not feel suffocated. Give them freedom. Freedom, air is freedom, and sunlight is outside interest. At the same time, protect their interest. So that is second. Then you also require fertilizers. What is fertilizer? Good conduct is a fertilizer. Give that your child a good patting whenever he or she brings some laurels, birthday, something. It is not only gift, but also your words, which will be more soothing. So these sweet words, they will act like fertilizers, manures. But that is also not enough. Sometimes there is weeds are there. What is the weed? That is greed. So when the weeds are there, the plant cannot grow. So you have to remove that greed. Greed will be removed only if your greed is removed. And then there are insects. They eat away the plants. So you have to have pesticide. What are the insects? Jealousy, anger. These eat away the plants of relationship. So you must have pesticide. What is the pesticide? P for pesticide, P for prayer. Prayer is the only thing by which you can remove jealousy from the minds of your children and from your own mind, and anger and all those things. Prayer will act as a pesticide. Last but not the least, if you have done all these things, but most important thing for nurturing a plant, what is that? Water. Very true. But water is not enough. Just now you heard, before coming to Vadodara, I was in Porbandar. On 26 January 2001, there was earthquake. So Ramakrishna Mission takes up any earthquake, any calamity anywhere, immediately from the day one, we start our relief work without government asking us to do that. And so we started begging money, and we collected 20 crores of rupees, and we constructed 81 school buildings of government in Gujarat and handed over to government of Gujarat. And then we constructed 6 colonies, out of which 3 colonies and 37 school buildings were constructed in Porbandar when I was in Porbandar. So these colonies, when we constructed, we wanted we should not give them only houses, but we should give them art of living also. So along with the houses in the colony, we had prayer hall, we had community hall, we had dispensary, we had other amenities, so that they have a nice, excellent this one. And of course, we wanted the colony to be Nandanvan. We have given them Sanskar Dham, Vivekananda Sanskar Dham, Ramakrishna Sanskar Dham, Ma Sharda Sanskar Dham. This is the name we have given. So if they become Sanskar Dham, there has to be a lot of plants. So we planted a lot of trees. Unfortunately, the trees died. We gave a lot of water, and yet the trees died. Why? Because in Porbandar, you get water only from 8 feet below the sea level. But sea is very nearby, so the water is salty. So Even if you give plenty of water, the plant will die if it is a saltish water. So what type of water we want? Sweet water. So afterwards we brought there was a reservoir, we made a check dam, and the rainwater there was conservation. From there we gave this one, and then with this conserved water, we gave the sweet water, rainwater, and then the plants came up. Now the trees have come up. So the most important thing, Deepak Chopra says in his book on parenting, that the only one word I can say for parenting, if it boils down to one word, it is love, love and love. But what type of love? Not saltish love, not selfish love, unselfish love. We are giving love, of course. We are giving water, but it's saltish water. The plant will be not nurtured. The plant of relationship, it gets killed by saltish love, selfish love. One gentleman was telling, he was in Anand. He was a police officer. So he came to me with the idea, my son, out of control. He wants to get married to a girl who is from other caste. And now my prestige will be all gone. Like that he was lamenting. I said, now what is the problem with you? Girl is very bad? No. The family is very bad? No. Only problem is, it is from different caste. So, what people will tell me? So I said, you are not concerned about your son's welfare. You are concerned more about મારા નાકનું શું થશે, મારું નાક કપાઈ જશે તો? તમને નાકની ચિંતા છે, છોકરાની ચિંતા નથી. So ultimately, if you really find that both are having true love and both are having good character and everything is matching, what is the problem with you? મારા નાકનું શું થશે? મારું નાક કપાઈ જશે કાસ્ટમાં. So you are more bothered about your prestige. Then I told, you see, as parent, you have to give unselfish love. Khalil Gibran said, your children are not your children. They are God's children. They have come through you. You have to give them nourishing, and that is all. But don't get so much attached. Attachment is always bad. Love is very nice. There is difference between attachment and love. Attachment and love, difference is unselfish love is love and selfish love is attachment. For my interest, I want that child to be with me. I will not allow him to go to America because I want with him. I want him to be with me. But if you find out that he will be getting better education and he can get more quality education in America, why? So you are a parent. You have to think about not your interest or not your attachment. You have to think really what can be. And if you find out that good will not come to him by going abroad, then of course you put a break. I don't mind. But we have to be very, very introspective. Really, whether it is the interest of the boy or whether it is my prestige. Ultimately, he could understand the message, and then he got that marriage done, and both are now very happy. Both the parents are happy, and those two also are very happy. Now they are becoming parents also. But anyway, what I am saying is that I have given you one example. So, while taking any decision, let us see whether, so in relationship, when you want to nurture a plant, the most important thing is love. But not saltish love, not saltish water, not selfish love, unselfish love, not attachment, but real love. If that is there, there will be a beautiful nurturing of the children. Now, to end, I will just give some success mantras of parenting because we are behind schedule a little bit. Easy to remember, A, B, C, D, E, F. I can go up to Z, but we will not go. A, accept. Accept the children as they are. Accept the children as they are. They have come from God. They have come through you, but they are given by God. Whatever gift God has given, you accept them as they are, with all their weaknesses, with all their faults, with all their good or plus or minus points. This is the first thing. If you can accept them wholeheartedly, 50% of your problem of parenting is over. At present, we are struggling. Tu aavo છે, tu aavo છે, tu aavo છે. Tu gadhedo છે, gadhedo, gadhedo. Swami Vivekananda says, if you tell a person you are a donkey 100 times, he will become a donkey. તું ગધેડો છો 1000 વાર કહેવાથી ગધેડો જ થઈ જશે. વર્ડ્સમાં પાવર હોય છે. બટ ઇફ યુ સે, માય ચાઇલ્ડ, you are given by God, you are divine, you are divine, you are divine, then the child will really become divine. There is a power of words. When Swami Vivekananda went to America, I told yesterday, Swami Vivekananda used to say, everybody, Americans, ye the children of immortal bliss, holy and perfect beings, ye divinities on the sinners, it is a sin to call